Hello and welcome. Today we're going to go over an idea I think Bungie really should implement because Destiny 2 is currently dying. And with absolutely zero content coming out for them, this would be an easy thing for them to add. I've given it some thought and I have a good idea about how it would be implemented and what it would do. I'm talking about pinnacle weapons for each raid. What do I mean by pinnacle weapons? Well, I'm not talking about the high-level gear you get from activities such as Deepstone Crypt and Master Nightfalls. I'm talking about guns with quest lines such as Recluse, Edgewise, Mountaintop, or Python. First, before we get into any logistics, why do we need pinnacle weapons for raids? Well, there are a lot of people, me included, who more or less only do raids. And recently, not much new content, or any new content for that matter, has come out for them. And now, with only 2 still in the game, Garden of Salvation doesn't count, it's Grace, it can get really repetitive with nothing to strive for, because Deepstone Crypt is so dang easy. Because of that, a lot of people are leaving, me included, to go play other games. Bungie needs to do something to get their players back. And since they don't care about PvP at all, maybe they can help PvE players come back to the raids. Bungie has done this before in the past, and there are 3 main ways to do this. A. Add a hard mode. This is what they did for all Destiny 1 raids and what they did for the Leviathan raids. Give it some extra challenge, and people will work to complete it until they get a full grasp of it. There are a couple downsides to this. 1, it's the same raid, just a little harder. 2, the devs have to reprogram each encounter. And 3, once players beat it, it just gets repetitive after that. B, you could introduce a quest line that is attached to the raid. This is what they did for the MXX badge. They made you complete the raids that were going away, and people did them. Once they did them, they stopped playing. This is the easiest solution, but it's quite short term. Or C, you could add a pinnacle weapon, which is attached to the raid. Obviously, this is what I'm going to propose. Let's get into the logistics of that. Let's start with which raids would get a pinnacle weapon. Out of the 3 raids, I think Deepstone Crypt and Last Wish should get one. Mainly because I hate Garden of Salvation, but also because Garden of Salvation has a pinnacle weapon already in the form of Divinity, in which you had to complete a quest. Also, Last Wish could really use some more players because most people are doing Deepstone Crypt. And Deepstone Crypt needs it because it's starting to get really repetitive. So, let's take Deepstone Crypt for example, and let's just go through the logistics of how they can implement it and how it would function. First, how would you get the quest? Well, usually you go to Shaxx, Drifter, or Zavala for the Crucible, Gambit, and Strikes respectively. So for Deepstone Crypt, you'd go to the Stranger. Now, what would the challenges be? Obviously, you'd have a challenge like kill 1,000 enemies. That'd be the first one. Then you'd have challenges for each encounter. Deepstone Crypt, for example, could have a destroy 20 fuses for the first encounter, kill 10 Taniks clones for the second encounter, deposit 20 cores for the third encounter, and then stun Taniks 10 times for the final encounter. Now, you could do this like the Komodo, in which all the challenges are available at once, or you could do the Luna's Howl approach, in which you do one after another. I think the Komodo approach would be better because you do the raids in a linear fashion, and once you finish it, return to the Stranger and redeem your gun. There'd be no point in having a raid-specific pinnacle, though, if it didn't help out with the raid any more than a normal weapon would. Again, Deepstone Crypt, for example, the gun could have a perk which allows you to hold the cores for an extra second without dying. This might seem overpowered, but in reality, this would just make the raid that much quicker, and it would be something to pursue. Another one for Last Wish. It could be a handheld grenade launcher, and whenever it's equipped, you run quicker whilst holding the Eye of Riven. This would help ensure Chi, Morgoth, Vault, and Riven. This wouldn't be game-breaking in any way, and only speed up the pace of the encounters. Now, do I think Bungie would implement this? Sadly, no. They already have their quote-unquote PvE pinnacles in the form of strikes. The fact that Destiny has full website dedicated to finding raid groups, and yet they don't have pinnacles, while Gambit, which no one plays, has pinnacles, is kind of confusing. I really wish Bungie would implement this. And Bungie, if you're listening for some reason, please do.
Okay, the audio broke for this, but I'm recording this at a later date. But yeah, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.